Time to strengthen the driveline. What up, YouTube? This is Geo Stealth R1. Alrighty. So I'm gonna strengthen the drive line to this, and by doing that, it's going to give me a little bit more. I really didn't have to because these things are really expensive, but I said I wanted to. So let's start this off. This is 9051R, and these are the front CV steel drive shafts for the Jato. And this is 9052R, and this is the rear CV extreme heavy duty steel spline consistent velocity drive shafts. Read that out to you. And as a bonus, I'm going to be putting on these Fox aluminum shock caps for these awesome GTR shocks. So yeah, let's begin. Alrighty, so I just released this from the packaging. These are the fronts, and man, they do have a little bit of weight. Always, I enjoy the fact that Traxxas puts the Loctite initially on there, and the Loctite should be on there as well. Yeah, there's Loctite on there. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be taking my well. Here's what you're going to need. I utilize this marine grease, Grim Racer speed grease. I have my 17 millimeter right here, wrench right there. Then I have my application, which is kind of like their Q-tip, and then also a few tools. I think I have 2 millimeter and 2.5 right there, but we'll see what we get to. I'm going to take the wheels off, and then we'll see where we're at. Alrighty, so I didn't realize this, but I am going to need this little 5 millimeter Allen so I can unscrew these. So I'm going to take it on both sides. Then I'm going to come across, I'm going to release this screw right here, which is going to be a 2.0. This is going to be, I have to release 3.0. I'm probably going to have to release this. Another 2.0, another 3.0 underneath. Slide this right here, which looks like it's probably going to be a 2.0. Yeah, all of this stuff, guys has to get disassembled for me to take out that drive shaft, which is going to leave me a screw right there that I have to do. I think it's going to be a 2 millimeter screw, and then everything should slide out. So let me get this thing going. Just to give you a heads up, this is going to be the best way to get that screw released right there. Throw in your 17 millimeter adapter, and then have it taken down over there. So let's continue. Alrighty, so this is the way it comes separated. So what I'm going to do right now is everything is disconnected over here for me to install right there. Surprisingly, it was a 1.5 millimeter for me to take that out. It's going to be another 1.5 millimeter over here to put it back in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in the marine grease over here and on the shaft, and then over here as well, because you can see it's dry as a bone. Yeah, you don't have to be so generous with it, but make it to where it's nice and lubricated. Let me get that thing going right now, and then let's keep going. Alrighty, so I reinstalled it. Your best bet, this is going to be a little bit of an issue. When you actually take the bearing out of here, you're going to have to finagle it onto here. It eventually goes on, but you're going to have to, it's easier to not install it where it's right here already. You have to do this by hand, but within your hand, try to get the bearing on and then have that whole component stay there. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Hopefully that bearing is a little bit easier to get on, but I don't think so. So I'm going to release this screw, and I don't need to release the top two, but it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. We're going to remove the links from here. Then I have to utilize the 5 millimeter, take this out with the 17 millimeter. That comes out. Watch out for the pins. Watch out for the washers, and make sure it all gets greased up. So let's continue. Alrighty, so the front has been completed. These are the drive shafts right here. It just makes it look so much more aggressive than what's back here. I'm going to screw these bad boys in right now. Just to give you a heads up, I did have an issue trying to put these bearings on. So I kind of used the rubber end of this and just literally put it by the edge and just started, hitting hitting the bearing on like this. Sorry for the sound effect, but that's pretty much the way it went. So I'm gonna screw these bad boys in, and then we'll work the rear. Alrighty, so here are the rears. It's pretty much going to be the same type of scenario like the fronts, but we are going to unscrew this just a little bit more different. I think all it is, it's one screw right here, which is going to be my 2.0. This is going to be my 2.5. I'm going to also have to utilize the 5 millimeter Allen with the 17 millimeter adapter right there. Also, 1.5 grub screw. I think that's what it's called. Pull that over there. I'm gonna have to release this from the package. Gonna give you a little bit of grease on both ends, and then yeah, we're gonna do that to both sides, and then we'll see how everything turns out. You know what? I think on this portion of it, if I can't get the bearing on here, I'm just gonna give you guys just a quick video of how I put the bearing on to the new CV steel drive shaft. Alrighty, so you see me taking this apart. Let me focus in a little bit on that. And it's kind of weird because Traxxas wants you to utilize these bearings that are 5117A. And what's going to happen is, as you can see, this bearing is pretty large, but this is a smaller bearing that's going to go into this cup right here. It actually gives you a little bit of a diagram of how the cup goes. You're going to leave this bearing over here, but this one goes into that cup, and it's going to be set up that way. So once I install this piece, it's going to slide in there, and let's see how this comes out. Alrighty, so as you can see, you cannot use this bearing because it won't fit. But internally, there's a little cup in there, and that's where it lies. So you have the inner and the outer bearing. So I'm going to slide this, put it all together, and then we'll visually see how it looks. Alrighty, so now we installed the drive shaft and the hub carrier, spinning freely right now. I'm going to grease this up a little bit, and then I'm going to also adapt the drive shaft on this side right here, and then we'll connect everything together, and let's see how this comes out. Alrighty, so I want you to see how visually it looks as opposed to the stock drive shaft. Not that the stock drive shaft is bad, but this just makes it look a lot more aggressive, even in the front. I mean, if you're looking at the front, yeah. So I'm gonna start working. I mean, it's free flowing right there. I'm gonna start working on this side, and then we'll see what the final product looks like. Alrighty, so the rears are completed. The fronts are completed, and now let's work on the shock caps. Okay, so this is going to be relatively simple. We're going to go with the 2.0. 2.0 driver is going to go right here, 2.0 right here, and 1.5, release the spring, drop this out. All it is going to be these Fox shock caps that I'm throwing in there, and the part number is 8456. So I'm just going to do that off screen. This is relatively simple for you to do. I'm interested. Yeah, no, it has the inner components of it right now. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'll just give you a whole visual of this once I'm done. Alrighty, so as you can see, these shock caps do not come with a bladder. Not that I saw anything in here. Let me see behind there. No, so I'm going to have to utilize the bladder from here, which is going to give me the opportunity to either, fill up a little bit more on the shock oil or decrease it. We're going to check that out. I have to test that whole thing out. But yeah, and just a further note, the screw that was in here was not a 1.5, it was a 2.0. So yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up. Let me start doing this. Alrighty, so this right now is completed for what we're going to be doing for these upgrades at this time. The drive shafts look awesome. I'm pretty sure they're going to perform awesome. Those are the fronts. These are the rears. And the shock caps came out really good. I mean, really nicely set up. I mean, it just, sometimes I wish they named this RC the Bandit 4x4, but they didn't. But this is what the Bandit needs to protect these shock covers and stuff like that. Even though it's still going to get damaged when you're RCing, but at least this gives you kind of like a little bit of a shield over there. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be upgrading a lot more stuff on this RC. Next things that are coming in mind: spiral cut gears, and I'm also going to set up all of the aluminum that's going to be over there. So stay tuned. Anyway, if you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe. Some of us on YouTube. Later.